everyone, welcome back to my channel. We're doing a U2 hop for June for a cherry on top, those of us on the design team, and our focus is summer because it's June 1st, so summer is definitely feeling like it's here. Okay, so you can see that I got my layout started, and I want to talk a little bit about my focus. I'm focusing on summer sandals, and so what I wanted to do was a little bit of a cuter picture than just my feet. So I have a picture of Hazel, my dog, and my feet in sandals, but because that's the title and the focus of my layout, I did a little flip up, and I want to kind of walk you through. Maybe you guys do this all the time, but for those of you who don't do this, it's a great way to include some more photos and tell a fuller story without necessarily having the photos on show. So, and I want to use a little bit more of this paper. So let me just tell you what I did. You can see there's a little flap here, right? And so it's as simple as can be. Just take some white cardstock and then put your photo on the white cardstock, cut it to size, but leave a little flap, make it a little bit longer, score it so it has a nice fold. And then I use some good solid glue on this. You could probably also use like a really good tape, but it's going to get some movement, right? So you don't want it to pull up. But that's all there is to it for these little flip ups. And then I'm going to go ahead and put this photo down for the first thing I'll be doing as part of the last of my process. And then you can just pretty much like line it up with that white fold. And if it's the same, roughly the same size, I cut this a little bit smaller top to bottom, it should just be concealed by your top photo, just like that. Now the other thing I wanted to do, see if I can find it in here. I prepared a little, it's good to have a little, this just says lift, and just use some alpha stickers from my stash, some smaller ones. And that way, people will know their photo's under if anyone's looking at your scrapbook. And you might be able to tell that what I did was I took a circle punch and punched part of one of these circles. This paper that I've already put down is from Sun Chaser, the new Summery line by Heidi Swapp. Okay, let me just go ahead and staple this on. Hopefully I have staples left in my tiny attacher. I do, yay. Okay, so simple as can be. And now there's a little interactive element on the page, which is always fun. Okay, so you can see that I stitch on these big blocks of paper from Sun Chaser, and I wanted the plainest of the designs to go closest to the photo, so the photo has a little bit more room to shine, not compete. But then I layered big blocks of the other two. You might be able to tell that I used a little edge distressor on all the edges. And yeah, that's all I did. Put a little adhesive on, glued it down. I used a couple of sticker sheets for this. This is, I think it's probably a Maggie Holmes line. You know, the ones with the little puffy, colorful stickers and the puffy gold. They're both so great to use and they last forever. And then another, this is a relatively new one. I want to say maybe it's a Doodlebug line of stickers. And I just thought that was cute. I love the Heidi Swapp alpha that goes with this, the black and white stripe. And maybe if you've seen my other layouts recently, you've seen I've used it like 2 or 3 times. I almost used it, but then I thought I would do something a little bit different. And I wanted to pick up on a little bit more of the solid black. You'll see why in a minute, because I also prepared my journaling. And I just took a little note from my stash that says note to self in black. Added a little bit of Tim Holtz really skinny washi in black to kind of pull out the black on the layout. Yeah, and so this is some washi that picks up the rainbow and then ice cream cone. Even though it's on its side, I still think it's like a symbol of summer. I did a little zigzag stitching over the washi. Okay, and then I was thinking I would just tuck those in at a little bit of an angle right here. Okay, and as I said, I wanted to bring in some of the paper that's on the back of this Heidi Swapp paper, and it says explore, play, beautiful, friends, sunshine, discover, all sorts of things. And originally I had a couple strips. I think I might have lost the other strip along the way. So I'll probably just add that later, but you'll get the idea. I wanted it to bring in the colors, to add a little more text, and to give a kind of foundation for my title. So I'll probably have one thin strip. I think it said breathe or something. I don't know. I liked the one that I picked out, which is probably like on the floor somewhere. So I'll find that later. Okay, so these are the washes I used. I'm pretty sure this one is from Vicki Boutin's new summer line. Okay, so I'm not sure which of these mini little embellishment sets I'll use. This is from last summer. I think maybe a Simple Stories line, but I really want to use this chair. It's so summery, so perfect. And this picture was taken out on a deck. So I know I'll use that and maybe some of these other wood buttons. I've also got some just plain buttons, and they seem to be coordinating well, especially this little one with that raspberry color. Yeah, I'm just now recognizing I got out some Tim Holtz picked raspberry to do a little stamping along the edge with a polka dot stamp to kind of mimic this. I think I'm going to be doing that off camera today because I seem to be super disorganized. It's been a crazy day and don't have my stamp pad, but you'll see that in the final version. Maybe some of these little stars from the Cocoa Vanilla line. These I think are also maybe from a while ago, maybe last summer, but there are some things on here that I thought might go well. The little leaf die cut, even the cool, keeping cool in sandals. Yeah, so in a couple puffy sets. The set, here it is, yay. The set from 49 and Market, Wishing Bubbles, these little ones are so colorful and summery, and the same thing with Echo Park's New Day line. So I've got some embellishment from there. So let's see what we go ahead and end up doing here. Okay, I think I put that up a little bit high. Yeah, I think I'll deal with this later because I originally had a contrasting color. I'm not sure what I was thinking, but you get the idea with this part. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a little embellishing in a few different places. And told you I know I want this chair. Let's see where we can pop this. Maybe like right here. Often like a little something to call attention to the title. And I'm imagining that I'll be like embellishing a little bit in 3 areas here. I don't think this page, because it has a lot in the pattern, needs a lot of embellishing. But I do love that cute little button. And there's a possibility of using the orange button too, because there's quite a lot of orange here. We'll keep that in mind. You can see you can probably see I'm working a little bit first with the bigger, somewhat more bulky embellishments. Cool. I like these. These are nice and flat. They're a nice chipboard. And I'm sure you guys do that too. Look for things from last season too that you didn't get around to. So that's probably what these are. A little bit older. There's a drink to kind of go with the ice cream. It's a possibility. Another possibility is this lemon. Okay, for now, let's commit. Lots of these to use later. I knew I wanted to use some of these birds. I could probably pop a little bird up here. So we're kind of making some clusters here. And at this point, oh, I know, I liked this camera. Not sure I'm going to be able to make it work. but we could possibly, I like how it has a little bit of more of that black. We could possibly put it right there and kind of extend the embellishment cluster up here in the corner. That nice tealy blue is there in the Heidi Swapp circle paper. And this bright goldeny yellow. Okay, now that I've done that there, I'll probably put a few of those down here. And over here. Kind of looking at both size and color to think about what would be good on this side. This watermelon piece doesn't really fit the colors. It's definitely summery, but I guess I'm going to resist. I think it's enough that we have the ice cream and the lemon. Okay, and I kind of like just one bird. Let's see if we want any flowery type embellishments. Oh, and then we have these. We used this. So see if we want maybe a pinky one. That'll give one more larger embellishment up there. And bring in a little more weight with the yellow polka dot. Okay. The only other thing I thought of is that these embellishments are a little sun-like, and I'm wondering if I want a little more black too, because there is a really dark one. I noticed that when I pulled these embellishments, there's one that's a bit darker. To kind of keep that moving your eye around too. Yeah, I know I talked about a sun, so now that it's black, it's no longer like a sun, but it is going to give us a nice visual triangle. I think it'll be a nice contrast on there. Yeah, I don't know if we want anything more down here. I think it's going to depend on whether I put anything there or not. I could also put a little strip of the bright washi. That there's a stripe that goes in the set with this. So I'm gonna just continue to think about that. And at this point, imagine that I'm going to do some stamping here. I brought my mists out. I'm not going to necessarily do this on camera. You've seen people apply mist, right? I'm going to have to cover up my photo and be a little bit careful. But probably a little bit of black and a little bit of gold. So, yeah. So you can check Instagram for the final picture of this. But this is basically my layout. And I really... I was so excited this year to put on sandals, and my journaling is about how, just as I love the fall when I get my wool socks and boots out and that kind of transition, I also love the freedom that you feel when you shuck off all socks and just wear sandals and move into that chapter of the year. So anyway, so thanks for joining me today, and have fun like adapting a design like this. It's super simple, but nice and cheery with all those colors and also that interactive element. Okay, we'll have fun hopping around along the rest of the YouTube hop. I'll see you next time.